The Dolly Sods are a wilderness area in West Virginia, and I'll go ahead and say it, I think the most underrated backpacking east of the Mississippi. This area is often compared to the look and feel of Eastern Canada due to some of its unique ecosystems, but I really think it's a world unto itself. I was blown away from the second I parked in the parking lot, in part because I had only driven about 3.5 hours from Pittsburgh. Don't get me wrong, West Virginia is beautiful, but this does not feel like West Virginia. It's a whole different world, and absolutely wild and beautiful. Anyway, hey y'all, I'm Alexandra, and I'm a Pittsburgh-based photographer who loves spending time in the outdoors, often challenging myself with solo adventures. In this video, we're gonna do a one-night backpacking trip, as I said, in the beautiful Dolly Sods wilderness in West Virginia. This is such a nice campsite that I really just want to camp up here for the night, even though it's 1 o'clock and I've only gone 4.5 miles. You don't get wide open spaces backpacking in this region. Pictures and videos just don't do it justice. I did so much research and I kind of had an idea of what everything looks like, but this is just unbelievable. It's just gonna be my rant of the day, but I just passed a patch of grass right off the trail that was just full of what looked like wet wipes. Just the thought of someone being able to appreciate this enough to come out here, but not enough to just pack up your trash or to learn about the proper ways to take care of this environment. It really just boggles my mind because again, if you're out here, at least to some degree, you must appreciate being in nature, but not enough to even do the bare minimum to take care of this beautiful natural spot for people to come. The underworld and vagabondery is hard for an artist. It's a lifetime of whimsy and wonderland. I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want to lose my mind. Cities past hotel rooms, family, I see you soon. When I've worked myself down to the bone, this glamorous life with all of its highs is only a shell. Can't you tell? The underworld and vagabondery is hard for an artist. It's a lifetime of whimsy and wandering. I don't wanna lose my mind here. I don't wanna lose my mind here. So it is 4:30 and I'm about 8 miles in, and I will say I am starting to lose some steam. I did just pass a pretty large bear scat. It's always such a weird word. I always kind of operate as if there could be a bear and I try to be safe, but seeing the scat kind of makes me feel like there's now going to be a bear around every single corner, so I feel a little extra anxious. I'm at the general area that I was going to camp at tonight. I'm kind of having campsite FOMO. I keep thinking the next campsite is going to be better than this one. I think what I'm going to do is make and eat dinner and then hike another half a mile to a mile and check out some of the other options for sleeping. Peanuts. what you need a knife for. I didn't bring a knife. I don't know if y'all care to get backpacking meal reviews. This one's pretty good. It's a little heavy on like the red pepper, but as always for a backpacking meal, it's really not bad. And we're off to see if we can find anything better. Tent's all set up. Had an issue with my Nemo Tensor sleeping pad where I couldn't detach the inflation bag without pulling out the thing that keeps the air in. What's that called? The valve. It should be fine unless it leaks from there because I'm just going to keep the bag on, but it took me forever. Okay, the next order of business is I have to go find water, which is a little ways hike into the woods. I managed to get one bottle of like kind of stagnant water. Not my favorite. Even if it gets filtered, I'd rather it be a little better, but it'll do in a pinch. So I'll probably filter it and only use this for coffee and breakfast in the morning so it also gets boiled, just to be extra safe.
Where do you go? Breaking borders. What do you know? Follow your heart. What do you say? Fight the darkness till break of day. The heart and the past changes.
Good morning. It's time to go get my bear bag and make coffee and breakfast.
Red was in blue skies. What they we know when we're so young.
While my breakfast hydrates, I'm going to tear down camp.
The problem, and I'm sure it's not just this campsite, everything is sappy because of all the pines. So I'm sticky. I've just been sticky since I got here yesterday. All of my gear is going to end up sticky. I'm like trying to avoid touching stuff now, but like even I hung my Ursack bag on a tree and it's sticky. I kept trying to lean on these trees earlier when I was trying to find a comfortable place to sit. And there's sap in my hair that I don't know if it's ever gonna come out. I'm a mess. It's a mess. The other thing I want to say, I wish I could have not brought my fly because I think it's the heaviest part of my tent. But in this area, the weather can change pretty quickly. So even though the forecast said no chance of rain whatsoever, that could have changed and you don't want to end up screwed and wet. I think I'm gonna start taking the ultralight approach of going like completely bag free, not for weight, just for like the fact that it is such a pain in the ass to put things back in their bags that were designed to fit the thing, but somehow never do. I feel like it's just unnecessary. Like, why do I need a bag for this? I don't know. I don't.
Changes survive like a cub.
Getting a satellite communicator was one of the upgrades I made for this trip. I had been wanting to get one for a while, but they are pretty pricey. Zoleo is a lot more inexpensive than the Garmin InReach that a lot of hikers get. I have just tested it out on this trip. It's working great. I mean, I've just been using it to send some check-in messages to my partner. It's important to be safe, but it's also really good for peace of mind. I just sent that check-in message and I'm about to go on my way. This is the turn to go to Lion's Head, which is pretty much the view around here. The trail is really not very defined. I know it's gonna be worth it because it's already really cool up here. This is the Rocky Top Trail, very true to its name. Very rocky, but beautiful. To me, this is just like fun hiking. Like, I like a hike that feels like an obstacle course. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just walking. It's not like super deep, but I think I'm gonna go for like a really quick cold plunge, in part to wake myself up a little bit and reinvigorate me for the rest of the hike back. On our way again. Great timing. So I just passed the first people I had seen all day, and they were turning to go exactly where I was, and I did change into my dry clothes, fully assuming there was going to be no one around. So really great timing. We're on the final stretch for the most part, hopefully. I'm not sure exactly how many miles. I could take the time to sit down and figure it out, but I'm not going to do that.
If I was a better YouTuber, I would film myself crossing that, but I ain't doing it twice. So, and it looks gunky. So I'm gonna put on my sandals. And it's gonna be gross, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This is the one trail everyone says to avoid, and now I understand why. I thought people were being sensitive about like, oh, there's a little bit of mud I have to go around. This is more than a little bit of mud, so let's do it. Oh boy, that's deep. I have to be honest, it feels kind of nice. The middle's not as muddy, so it's not bad. I am on my way out. About a mile left to get to the car. I am so exhausted, but it's been great, so worth it. But I'm excited to get back to my car. And that's it, we're done. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. See you next time.